Peace, people. It's me, Arlene J. Ramsey, CEO and founder of Everyone Let's Talk, also your favorite self-wealth mentor. What are facts and statistics? Facts are usually the end results of what happened, and statistics are based off of a poll or census per the number of people who participated. All right? That right there is pretty tricky. Now, the reason why I'm choosing to discuss this is I've had a debate with someone recently, and they brought up the fact that, and which is something, this is something that I know most people look for, that most people look for or respect what you have to say if you bring up facts and statistics, documented facts and documented statistics. I know of both, but I don't bring them up because there are glitches in both. Like, statistics are only based off of the number of people who participated. So let me give you an example. If they told you 65% of the people in America says that Americans are overweight, does that mean that they questioned the entire amount or the whole population of the people who live in the United States of America, and out of that number 65% said that Americans are overweight? Or does it mean per the amount of people who participated in that census, as per that number 65% of the people says that Americans are overweight? Which one do you think it is? For me, I know it's B. Here's why. Many times, the majority of people don't know that these polls and censuses are taking place. They haven't participated in it. They didn't know when people were being asked these questions. And sometimes when you guys get phone calls to take polls, some of you do not take polls. You don't participate. But you are an American. You live in this country, right? So let's be clear on what it is that we're representing and what we're talking about. And then if we're going to be statistical and bring up facts, you have to understand that there are glitches in both. So what make what you have to say more concrete than the person who is, let's say like myself, non-statistical? All right? Okay, so let me talk about facts. Facts, as I said before, are the end result. Does it tell you why these things happen? And even when facts explain why it happened, the explanation is still more leaning towards the end result, right? Now, I know you guys are going to beg to differ, so I got an example for you here. I looked up 10 reasons why divorce happened. Now, this census was just polled, or let's say documented, on the 12th of February of this year. So that was just a couple of months ago, right? All right, so we have the top 10 reasons. Number 1, lack of communication. 2, finances. 3, feeling constrained. 4, trust. 5, expectations from each other. 6, your spouse doesn't understand/fulfill your needs and desires. 7, quick change in lifestyle. Number 8, insecurity. Number 9, religious and cultural differences. And number 10, abuse. Now, out of this entire list, I will say that number 10 is correct. Number 4 is correct. And that's about it, right? All the rest, let me just point out one thing. Finances. How can finances actually be a reason for divorce? Finances is not a human being. It doesn't have a brain, feet, arms, legs. It cannot be a problem all on its own, right? However, if you have a person that's dishonest, where trust comes in. If you're dealing with a person that's dishonest or a narcissistic person, you can expect them to just not respect money. Or if there's a lot of abuse in your relationship, you can expect the person who's abusive to not respect money and spend money anyhow. And you can also expect the person who's being abused to mismanage money because they're depressed or stressed, so they're mismanaging money. All right, but in a relationship, what makes relationships go sour all boils down to what? the character and the characteristics of a person. Do you have respect? Do you have trust? Do you have honor? Do you have ethics? All right, let me bring up number one, lack of communication. How is it that lack of communication on its own a problem for divorce? That's impossible, right? Because we all communicate, but out of the list that I mentioned, if you're dealing with people who do not respect each other, they're not going to respect each other's perspective. So when you try to communicate with them, they're deliberately not respecting how you feel. So there's no compassion, there's no empathy, and there is no understanding. Those are things that I always talk about predominantly. In 65% of my recordings, I always talk about these things. Right? Now, these things are more the problem and the reasons for divorce than more so this list that they gave us. This is why I do not talk about facts. Because facts says this. But I know per my observation of people and their characteristics, the actual problem is something else. Right? So I say all of that to say, your ability or anyone's ability to just regurgitate facts and statistics only tells me that your memory is sharp, but it does not reflect your intelligence. Now someone is going to say, Arlene, this is nonsense. How does it reflect your intelligence? It doesn't. Memory and intelligence are two different things. Now, if you can tell me your, how can I say, life experiences and how you have mastered who you are as a person and how you speak about it and how you actually live, which reflects what you talk, now that's intelligence. If you can explain what you've been through, if you can explain how you felt and definitely go into details on how you've mastered it, how you overcame, and then how you've mastered it, that's intelligence. If you can do exactly what I've done, been able to say, let's just say for those of you who are statistical, if you can be statistical and regurgitate facts and regurgitate statistics, but still understand that there are glitches in both and be able to explain the glitches as per I have just explained, or another way of explaining the glitches, that right there, my friend, is a reflection of true intelligence. But just by telling me what the books say, that is not intelligence. You're telling me what someone else said. And I don't have to remember that. I mind dump that nonsense because that per se don't really affect me. What affects me are the things that I look for in people, and that goes back to their characteristics. Because when I see a narcissist, and a narcissist is a person who is extremely self-absorbed. Anyone who is extremely self-absorbed will be abusive. They will be disrespectful. They will not, how can I say, they will have expectations of me which I will not be able to fulfill because they're highly self-absorbed. You know, I need you guys to start digging deep. And I need you guys also, for those of you who are dealing with people who are telling you that you may not be intelligent and no one may not want to hear what you have to say if you don't regurgitate facts and statistics, I need you to be able to break down exactly why you don't regurgitate it and exactly how it has absolutely nothing to do with the type of person that you're talking to. Because many people who do this stuff is still actually the problem that we discuss in our society, because they hone several of these characteristics, but they're great at regurgitating the same statistics that we're talking about, that they are actually. All right, so today's Friday. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I hope this was enlightening to you all. I'll definitely have something up for you next week, but until then, enjoy your weekend.